Hello children, welcome to this interactive video lecture on Directive Principles of State Policy. In this video, we will discuss about the meaning of a welfare state and the aims and objectives of a welfare state which are clearly pointed out in the Directive Principles of State Policy. Then, we will study in detail about the meaning of Directive Principles of State Policy, different categories of Directive Principles of State Policy, and the steps taken by the government for the implementation of Directive Principles of State Policy. So, let us start. First of all, we will discuss about the welfare state. Then what is a welfare state? A welfare state is a state which seeks to ensure the maximum happiness of maximum number of people living within its territory. Democracy is a fundamental basis of a welfare state. The government is elected by the people of the country and it functions through democratic institutions for the welfare of its people. It strives to get equal rights to all its citizens irrespective of their caste, creed, race, sex and religion. It seeks to provide as facilities to all its citizens like food, clothing, shelter and medical aid. Its economic activities are aimed at ensuring equitable distribution of wealth. It owns and operates various industrial enterprise, business and commercial activities to provide employment opportunities to its citizens and mass produce various goods required by its people. It seeks to provide education, healthcare, social insurance, housing, old age pension for the welfare of its people. It ensures justice to all and provides for political, social and economic justice. Now we will discuss about the directive principles. The directive principles are the guidelines for the government to follow in the governance of the country. These are given in Part 4 of the Constitution of India. The legislators keep in mind these instructions while making or implementing laws and policies. They are meant to link the ideas with reality. The framers of our Constitution borrowed the concept of directive principles of state policy from the Constitution of Ireland. These principles are considered as the noble goals for the achievement of a welfare state. The directive principles of state policy can be categorized under the following heads. A. Protection of environment and monuments. B. Economic principles. C. Gandhian or socialist principles. D. Law, justice and administration. And E. Principles for international peace and security. Now we'll discuss about each and every category of directive principles of state policy. The first category is protection of environment and monuments. This includes to protect and improve the environment and to safeguard forest and wildlife. To protect monuments from destruction, disfigurement, removal, disposal or export. Now, principles promoting equality. The state shall ensure to provide following to its citizens. Adequate means of livelihood for all through securing for all its citizens equal rights. Equal pay for equal work for both men and women. Protect the health of the workers and ensure human working conditions and material relief. Prevent the exploitation of women and children. Ensure participation of workers in the management of industries. Then the Gandhian or socialist principles. The ideas of the father of the nation, Mahatma Gandhi, have been incorporated as the directive principles. These are called Gandhian or socialist principles, and they strive to establish village panchayats as units of local self-government, promote cottage industries in an individual and cooperative basis in rural areas, provide free and compulsory education for children below 14 years of age, protect and promote the weaker sections of the society, particularly the scheduled caste and the scheduled tribes and other backward classes from all kinds of exploitation. Besides that, implement prohibition of intoxicating drinks and drugs and to improve the standard of living and public health. It also wants to improve agriculture and animal husbandry on scientific lines and prohibit slaughter of cows, calves, and milk cattle. Now, the principles related to law, justice, and administration. These principles are to ensure that the legal system promotes justice on the basis of equal opportunity and that justice is not denied to any citizen on grounds of discrimination of any kind, to take measures to separate judiciary from the executive in the public services, to provide uniform civil code for all citizens. Then we'll discuss about the principles for international peace and security. As stated earlier, the directive principles of state policy, uh, it wants to promote international peace and security, to promote the concept of peaceful coexistence among the nations, to settle international disputes through arbitration, registration, and dialogue, also to honor international laws and treaties. Now we'll discuss about the implementation of the directive principles of trade policy. Uh, so the government has taken some important steps for the implementing the directive principles. Now we'll discuss about the steps taken by the government for the implementing the directive principles. Most of the state government have government aided schools where children up to 14 years of age are provided with free and compulsory education. Seats are reserved in educational institutions for the weaker sections of the society like scheduled caste, scheduled tribes and other backward classes. Then scholarships are provided to the students from this category. Untouchability has been abolished and its practice in any form is punishable offense. The government has abolished the zamindari system and has introduced a number of land reforms which have helped to abolish the old feudal socio-economic structure of rural India. For the equal payment of wages for the workers, the government has enacted the Minimum Wage Act of 1948. The payment of wages to the workers are regulated under this act. The government has launched various rural development schemes like National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, that is, in short form, it is known as NREGA, then Integrated Rural Development Program IRDP, and Rural Landless Employment Guarantee Program RLEGP, etc. for the people. Panchayati Raj has been established in the villages to promote the idea of local self-government. To promote international peace and security, India is opposed to colonialism and racialism. So, our country has helped many countries to win their freedom. India respects the international laws and treaties and tries to settle the international disputes through mutual understanding. So this is all about the directive principles of trade policy, different categories of directive principles of trade policy, and the steps taken by the government for the implementation of directive principles of trade policy in our country. So thank you, Chairman.